Hi everyone, Darren Hunter here. Before we get into our podcast, just want to do a quick shout out for Inspection Manager. What an amazing inspection app platform that they have. And they're really excited at the moment with their tenant assisted routine inspections, where your tenants, in the convenience of their own time frame and in the convenience of their rental property, they can be getting you through the app inspections, their own inspection or their own photos that they've done. Now, this is going to help you, particularly if you're in lockdown. But what we've also found as businesses have come out of lockdown, they've found that perhaps they can do maybe one or even two of these inspections a year, aside from scheduling their normal routine inspections. The next step, really go and have a demo, have a look for yourself and make a decision where this could actually work for you too. So go to inspectionmanager.com, request a demo and check it out.
Hi, it's Deniz Yusuf here and I have got Michael Sanz and we are from Inspired Growth Training. And Michael, this is the BDM Coach podcast show. What are we going to be doing today? What are we going to be educating and training people on?
Thank you for having me today, Deniz, firstly. Look, today I'm really excited today. We are going to be focusing on the proposal and common misconception with the proposal, Deniz. A lot of people think that what they've been sending out to their new business inquiries is their proposal.
Now, I like this because it's top of mind within the BDM club members at the moment. So, you know, we've been, we threw this one at the 3 BDM club groups that we've got running at the moment about the proposal, and they were stumped. It was really good. Now, some of them have grabbed it, some of them already had one, but we've shown them how to add some extra value to it. So it is interesting how many people don't have a proposal.
I think one of the main issues, though, is no one knows how to write a proposal. Like, it's easy enough to get some glossy marketing and that from the office about some of the things you do.
Yep.
That's not a proposal, right? And we'll go over that, right? We will go over and we'll go deeper on that.
Because a proposal is not a pre-listing email, is it? I mean, a pre-listing email is something you send pre the appointment, prior to the appointment, prior to that, you know, that contact of meeting the clients, right? So, and people they misunderstand it. They think that's the proposal. Yeah,
but it's not really doing anything at all. So I guess today, Deniz, let's go through some of the main points required to write a proposal that will resonate and help identify really what needs to be in the proposal, but help identify you and match you up with better clients.
Yeah, great idea. I mean, look, you were challenging me on this because I'm the one that puts the proposals forward for, you know, most of the stuff for IGT, and you asked me certain questions which we're going to cover, and I went, oh, I don't do that. Yeah, I do that, but I do it like this. So it really got me thinking as well. And I've been bitten in the backside of putting a proposal forward for a keynote presentation, and then they get back to me in 2 years' time, Michael.
Yeah, correct. And in fact, if anyone does have a really great example of their proposal, like if anyone does have something amazing out there that they do send out and they'd like to share it with us, please send it to darren@igtmail.com. So if you have a good example of a proposal, please send it through. You can be in confidence. We can discuss it with you and have a look.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've got a few that are coming through already, which is great. And it's really good to look because, you know, we all catch ideas and we're not scared to share anything new that we find out, so we can help improve all of those proposals that are, you know, that people are wanting to do.
So I guess firstly, the most obvious question is, what exactly is a proposal? And in the most simplest of terms, a proposal is it's a plan, it's a suggestion, it's an idea stated to someone to help them achieve a desired outcome, right? So it's a plan. This isn't where Deniz asks Darren to marry him in that type of proposal. This is a business proposal. Actually, guys, I remember when I was coming on board with IGT and you guys asked, well, what are you going to contribute? And I wrote you guys a proposal.
Yeah, you threw it back at us.
I wrote it. I think I said, well, you'd be nothing without me. And you laughed. And so then I had to take it back and redo it all again. And
it was good.
But Michael, we're still trying to work out what value you bring, by the way.
I know. But, like I said in the proposal, I will finish it one day.
Mm-hmm. I mean, one thing we do really well is we help get new ideas sent through to Darren's emails as well. And we fill his email, so that's part of doing something right.
Yeah. So we've clarified that. The proposal is a plan. It's a suggestion. Now, the proposal shouldn't start off with saying, Mr. and Mrs. Landlord, thank you for contacting us about managing your property at 1 Smith Street. Please see attached a list of all the services on how we market your property, how we find a great tenant, and how we do ABC. Right. For any other questions, please make sure you reach out to me. Well, I'm happy to help. Right? Undersigned, blah, blah, blah. That says nothing. That's just like saying, hey, it's a glorified, hey, attach this some information you should read.
Yeah.
1, you need to address the pain point that particular client is experiencing. Deniz, what's some ideas of some pain points?
Well, one of the pain points might be, Michael, that they've rung the office up and their tenant's not paying the rent, so they're frustrated, and so they're calling other agents, or the property's sitting vacant, it's empty, or they didn't sell the property and they now need to find a tenant. So there's, a couple of good examples there.
So I guess like in some of those examples, you would say something along the lines of, Mr. and Mrs. Landlord, thank you for the opportunity. We completely understand that in this current market where you've invested so much of your money into buying and to building a brand new property, that the vacancy rate on completion may be significantly higher than it would be in an established location, right? So if the pain point is they've just built something and it's going to be a vacant area because there's like 100 houses or units that have been completed, if that property is going to sit on the marketplace for a long period of time, they're going to lose money. So identifying that, hey, yeah, this is a pain point. The property may sit on the market longer because there's so many available. So you identify the pain point. The next thing in a proposal is you've got to lead them, right? You've got to actually provide them with a few solutions. So Deniz, what are some solutions to a property that's newly built and sitting and potentially may sit vacant because there's 100 other units or houses in the same area that have been built?
Yeah, well, I'd be proposing to them to market the property completely different, having a marketing strategy around it so that we can fill that property a lot better. So their house isn't looking like a needle in a haystack amongst all of the other vacant properties that are available online at the current time. So I'd be talking about, this is a marketing proposal that we put forward for you so we can help alleviate the vacancy at the time of need.
Yeah, and I guess there's a whole bunch of other issues too if you were taking on a brand new property, such as the defect period too. So you may also want to say, put in there, we also appreciate the importance of having someone that's qualified to view the defects during your first 3-month period on the property to make sure that anything that is defective or not complete, that we can get the builders to fix it. And you go down a few couple of problems there, but as long as they're relevant to the owner. The solution, like Deniz was saying, in that instance, you would provide maybe a marketing plan, but we can drill down even further on that. Mr. and Mrs. Landlord, we appreciate too that you need to find a tenant as fast as possible at the best possible rent in the shortest amount of time, right? Subsequently, reducing your exposure of having to pay your own money to hold the property for an extended period of time. At ABC Realty, we pride ourselves on our new to market marketing plan. Our step-by-step process allows us to find the best tenant at the highest rent in the fastest possible time frame, in addition to giving you a strategy to look at increasing rent or changing the situation, in a certain period of time after 12 months, right? 12 months, 6 months. So their concern is probably maybe vacant. You're telling them you have a proposal in your proposal that you're going to find them, you're going to show them how to find a tenant, the best possible tenant in the fastest possible time at the highest possible rent. Now, that may be in that marketplace, the average rent is $500 a week. But because there are so many properties that are going to be empty, you may only get $400 a week. Right? What we used to do in that instance, Dennis, was we would say to the owners, either one, if your property comes out at the exact same time as everybody else, if everyone else is at $500 a week, you may go $480 or $490 a week initially, just to get somebody in there so you're not letting it lag. And then we may even stagger the lease, so it's a 6-month lease, right? So then at that point in time, we can look at increasing the rent, right? And also gets them out of that 12-month cycle, because if everyone's going into a lease at a similar time, when their 12 months is up, a lot of people are going to be coming out of that lease at a similar time. So we're identifying that there's a solution there, okay? And again, you would word this so it was quite fluid. The third part to a good proposal is offer that plan. So we just spoke about what some of the pain points are. We've realized that. A solution is
a solution in place.
Is a marketing plan. Yep. So you've got all that covered off. The actual plan is saying, so when we take over your property, this is the first thing we're going to do. 1, sign the attached authority, and then call us or email us or whatever it is, but sign the attached authority by 5 days from now, right? We should side note that there, Dennis. It's so important to put a time expiration on your proposal and any quote. So if you're sending out to an owner an authority, a proposal, and you got the authority attached to it, don't open and send it and say, Dear Dennis, please see attached our authority. When you have a moment, please review it and sign it and send it back. Put a time limit on there. Say this quote is valid for 4 days, or this quote is valid for 5 days. I will call you in 48 hours or 24 hours to see what questions you and your partner may have about the proposal and to work through it with you.
Yeah, the great thing about that is you're actually giving them the heads up, you're educating them. There's going to be a follow-up call put in place as well. We're not going to forget about you. We are putting that in place. And for a business owner listening to this, knowing that there's going to be a follow-up procedure that they can put in for their BDMs, that's a gold point as well, because as we know in all of the SMRs that we do, the podcasts, one of the biggest pain points we see are BDMs aren't doing a follow-up. So this is a good example as having a follow-up process in place as part of your procedure here.
And the money is in the follow-up. I mean, you don't know, like if they've spoken to you on the phone, or if you've gone through the property and they've shown you around, or however you've seen it, they may have done that to 3, 4, 5 other agents.
Yep.
Right? And you've sent them something that's vague and vague is the right word. You send them that out there and there's no call to action. So you need to make sure that your call to action is clear. You've got, Mr. and Mrs. Landlord, great to meet you. You've gone through the pain point. You've gone through the solution. Here's the plan. You've got to sign it within 5 days. Otherwise the quote expires. You also need to say, now once you've signed this, we will then undertake our marketing plan and get our photos taken, and we will have this property ready to list by X date.
Yeah. And that's including, do we contact the council? Every office should have a checklist in place from a new management. So, it's okay to put those points in there of what works need to be done, because you're also showing the owner that there's so much work that your office has to put in place prior to even marketing commencing. Yeah. So that being part of a proposal is showing them that these are points of differences, Michael.
Yeah, correct. But again, it's no one that we set out there, like Dennis, we are calling thousands of agents around the world.
Yes.
right? Thousands. I think we would be the leading authority in seeing how people are putting their proposals. Yeah, we would have to be the leading authority there because
I don't know anyone else doing what we're doing. I don't know if there is. I'd love to have a catch up with them because I'm sure we could have a very good long conversation about it all. Yeah.
It's crazy. But anyway, we're sidetracking from the SMRs, which still blow my mind, by the way.
Mm.
You know, just hearing what people say and people not following up. So anyway, this gives all the BDMs, and it's also good for the property managers there. So those companies that don't actually have a BDM or a leasing consultant, and the expectation is for you to build on your business.
Mm-hmm.
This is perfect. You got a proposal. You know that you're going to call the landlord in 24 hours or 48 hours. That they know that you're going to follow them up. So a call out of there's no like random call out of the blue, or oh, I'm sorry, I gave it to someone down the road. They were cheaper. You've given them a plan. Mr. and Mrs. Landlord, if we do this, we will get you through this and we will find you the best possible tenant. It works every time.
Yep. And give them those proof statements as part of that proposal as well.
Now, never let your proposal be the first time that they're seeing your price. I say this because if you've met them and you've attended the property with them and they may have had 3 or 4 other agents out there, and the first time that you mention the price to them is in a proposal when everyone else is undercutting, undervaluing, and your fees are rightfully so where your service level is at, right? Don't let them get like a bill shock.
Yeah, Darren likes to call it bill shock. You've just called it bill shock. And it's not what you want. We are open about our proposals, Michael. When we're talking to our clients, they've got our fees up front, and we then send our proposals through with the confirmed price in there as part of it.
Part of our verbal narrative includes our fees and charges. Mm-hmm. Some people say, well, I'm more expensive than everyone else out there. And if people call me and ask me for my fee, and I know that other people are going to be cheaper, they're not going to listen to me, and I may not even get the opportunity to get into the property. You know, Mr. and Mrs. Landlord, let me see the property. Generally, the pricing range, the percentage range is between X and X. It's subject to a few things, such as property type, location. But let's have a look at the property first. But just so you know, this is the range that you would reasonably expect. I appreciate there might be some people in the market that are lower, and that justifies and matches the service that they offer. But now you know the range. Let's meet up, or let's do a Zoom meeting of it. But don't let it be the first time they see the price. When you're giving the proposal, they need to be able to see that value, right? They need to see the value that you're bringing to the table. This is where you can also bring out the marketing booklets that you've got, you know, like how we collect rent, how we expect the tenant to clean the property. I mean,
like the property owner's handbook, is that what you're talking? Something like that, Michael?
Yeah, Darren, you've just released recently the property owner's handbook. I got to say, like, I bought these long before we were in communication, and I still use them to today. Yep. Right? I still use those handbooks, but I would send them like the contents page, or you know, not giving it to them before they sign.
Using it as a teaser.
Bit of a teaser, letting them know like what they're going to be getting from us. And then this is in addition to, they've already seen the pre-listing email, right? They've seen the virtual tours, they've seen the videos, they've seen examples of marketing, they've seen how long the property sits in the market for. Great. They know this. Now here's your proposal.
Okay, just on that, if anyone wants any information about the property owner's handbook, there's actually more handbooks, but I'm not going to talk about that now. So you can go to the pmpowerkeys.com, pmpowerkeys.com, and you can have a look at all the information there, or you can go straight to Darren himself at darren@igtmail.com. Okay, so let's bring it back. So then you can also include in there, Michael, you're saying any marketing such as your property owner's handbooks, and you know, what about some other things that you might want to attach there as well? What about a property management flyer? That should be sent as part of a pre-listing, so you wouldn't be sending them that again now, would you?
Pre-listing. Again, the purpose of the proposal is not to confuse, not to try and bring up too much new information. They've already seen how great you are, how fantastic you do everything, how you do it. This has to be a call to action. Ask them for the business. Reiterate the pain point. So if your proposal is 2 pages long, it doesn't have to be massive. Reiterate the pain point. Let them know why they need your service, why you're the right person to help them with this, and how do I do it? Right? Step them through it. Sign here. We will do this. Then we start this. You know, you don't have to worry about anything else. Sign here by this date, and your problem will be solved.
Yeah. So let's
lamp.
Yeah, let's reaffirm how, like, if a phone call comes into the office, you know, you book the appointment, you have your conversation, you might send off your pre-listing email to them there. That's where you've got your wow factors of the marketing, the team, your Google reviews and testimonials, etc. Any educational videos you want to throw at them. Then you've done the appointment, whether it's through a Zoom face-to-face meeting or at the property. They may not have signed up with you. So you come back, and that's when you put together this proposal. So that's the entire part that we're talking about. It's not just an email back saying we believe we could get, you know, $500 per week or $2,000 a month for your property. Please contact us if you've got more information. That's not a proposal.
No, so it's not. It's like an invitation to treat. It's not even a call to action, right? It's you know, again, the purpose of you doing it is to get the business. Now, we're not suggesting that if you're at the property and you've got your management authority in place and the owner's happy to go through with you, but you need to say, whoa, wait, let me get the proposal off, right? Let me get your proposal. If they're happy with you and you've got the authority there, sign them up, right? They're signing up because they've seen that you're identifying a pain point that you're able to resolve for them, right? So you've already gone over that. But if you know that they're shopping around and they're speaking with other agents, or they're just asking you for prices and everything, just give them the proposal.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? You know, obviously with the SMRs, we're doing a lot of calls to everyone. And a lot of agencies, they sound the same. You know, you need to stand out. So you're, you know, you've got all the Easter bunnies, but you want to be that fluff bunny. You want to be that one that stands out and shines. And like you said earlier, Michael, we haven't seen anyone that's got that full proposal yet, that's actually got something in there. So you want to be that fluff bunny and have that proposal so you can stand out amongst the best and do that follow-up as well. And you will do very well just from a simple process like this.
So recapping again, identify the pain points, okay? Provide a solution, and don't be scared to consistently mention the pain points, okay? Because you're reminding the person reading it, hang on, I have a pain point. So identify the pain points, provide a solution, offer your plan, right? Have a call to action, which includes a time expiration of when your quote will expire. Never let the proposal be the first time they see your price if you are charging a fair fee for the service that you're providing. I guess if you're a cheap agency and you're not providing good value for service and your fees are quite low, people aren't going to get bill shock. They'll be like, oh, that's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap. The first thing they say when they say that's cheap.
Yeah.
When it's lower than other agents. We won't get started on some of those online agencies that are quite cheap and, you know, some people pushing in the market, changing some markets.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out, a lot of social media marketing going around these agencies that are pushing the cheap fees, you know.
I don't know how they do it. It's like they're Smurfs, you know. They're just like that. They all must work for free.
Yep. Yeah. But you want to be the Papa Smurf amongst the Smurfs, right? The wise one, the educating one.
Yeah.
You know, put yourself ahead of the rest.
So again, if someone out there has a proposal that they've been sending off and it has those elements in there, and that we can have a look at and, you know, maybe get some feedback on, or even share and help other people, please make sure you send it through to Darren@igtmail.com, and he'll make sure that we get that. But yeah, look, I think that's the perfect basic framework for a proposal. And again, don't be sending out marketing when you can send out a good proposal.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are, like we said earlier, these are things that we are teaching our BDM club members. It is a step above our standard Inspired Growth Training membership. If anyone wants any information or wants Michael, myself, or even Darren to do some training with you, please go to our bdmcoach.com website and have a look at what we've got to offer there. There's plenty of free downloads there as well. And Michael, I think that we are going to also bring in some guests onto our podcast at some stage, with some of the amazing things that they're doing in prospecting tips. So this BDM Coach podcast show is about us educating people on an idea on how to grow. And we certainly meet a lot of BDMs. And, I've been speaking with quite a few in the last few months, obviously. And I look forward to bringing some BDMs on here so we can talk about those potential prospecting tools that they're doing. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, I think it's important to, discuss the wins. And, a few things that we plan to roll out on this podcast, helping everyone with, how to simplify communication. And I guess one of the things I want to also bring to the podcast is creating a mission statement.
Wow, that's a good one. Having a mission statement. Yeah, for sure.
Not to be confused with the marketing or the proposal, but a mission statement.
No, that's very good. And do you know what? If anyone has got anything that they want us to do a podcast on, certainly, reach out to us and let us know. Or if you know anyone that you'd like, that's doing a good job. It doesn't necessarily mean someone who's listing lots of numbers. That's not what the BDM Coach podcast show is about. It's about identifying and educating on that one thing. Some BDMs out there, I know a particular BDM, and all they do is send letters, handwritten cards to weddings, anniversaries, and birthdays and funerals within, when in the newspaper. That's their prospecting tool. That's all they do. Maybe that person's worthy for us to bring an interview in as well. So we're looking for that shining light. We've always got our ears and eyes out on a look. Michael, we've got lots of ideas, lots of things that we can do. Plenty of prospecting tips. We've certainly covered some good ones. And today, I really like the proposal one. It's a good one.
Yeah, no, it's a perfect topic to kind of cover off today. So again, any questions, please make sure to reach out to either Dennis or myself. If you've got a good proposal, send it through to Darren. Dennis, as far as today goes, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. It's been great.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone, and take care.
Bye.